All right, guys, welcome back. So, got not much done, honestly. I'm running out of time. So, the problem is I gotta go out of town for work tomorrow. So, flying out early Sunday morning. I'll be back Saturday late. So I'm losing a week, which sucks because as soon as I get back, a few days later, I'm hopping a plane to Italy for vacation, things like that. And I come back and I've got a few days before Kentucky Jets. So running out of time, but I should be able to get the Minion Jet done and the F-22, so I can get them flown at the event. But anyway, so last video I was working on the pilot or the cockpits and things like that and trying to get that done. But things keep coming up. I didn't get to do anything yesterday. I was cleaning out a spare bedroom, setting up a spare bedroom in the house, kind of like an extra guest bedroom kind of thing. So I got tied up doing that, mowing the lawn before I head out of town. So, but today I did manage to get the cockpits done. Last video I was kind of disassembling them and going through getting ready to trim and mount them in the canopy. That's the last thing I have to do is mount the buckets in the actual canopy part of it. And let me flip this around here. So they will be going in the canopy itself and sitting on there. I managed to get them painted and everything's trimmed and ready to glue into that. I gotta do the front here, gotta make a mount for that, and then I want to put a little piece of that foam board that I have to cover the gap right here. But yeah, that's essentially will be the last thing, and then it'll be done. But so before I go show you the pilots, and I've already mentioned what they are, you know, it's no secret, but I took the belt sander outside and I sanded those instrument panels down by, you know, 3/4 of the thickness they used to be. So saved about quite a bit actually. And I didn't put the plastic piece back in and the back piece on. I just glued the printed instruments into the panel and remounted them. So, but anyway, so here we go. So this is the pilots. And I know before you laugh or say what an idiot, it's a thing, okay? My last one, I had little minions. They just look nice, and I try to keep it fun. You know, kids love it. You know, when I go out and we go to these events, and it's supposed to be fun, right? You know, yeah, it's a scale jet. Do they actually make and fly them? Yeah, there's a couple out there that actually are flying real world. But again, only person that has to like it is me, and I like it. But so they are in. And you can kind of see, get the instrument panel in, and it's like I said, it'll just sit in here, and it'll actually come up a little higher because the buckets, they sit, there's a rail about an inch up inside of the canopy, kind of like a box, like a square box, and I think that's for strength plus just a place to run the tube, but it makes a perfect edge to sit the buckets on and glue the buckets on. So they will sit up a little bit more and it'll fill this gap. And I might even have to move this up just a hair, but that'll be the last thing I do. But this is kind of how it's gonna go. I got these attached with screws. I don't know why, I could have just glued them. The side mounts, I went ahead and just glued those in. The stick, it had broke off, so I just drilled into that resin base and put it back in. This guy, same thing. This isn't glued yet. This is kind of going to go here, but same thing. You can see how thin those things are now. They're like a lot thinner than they were. Same thing, mounted those. I had to redo the seats as far as screws and everything. Their stuff was just off. And everything, so I reinstalled the seats, left them the brown because the scale one has brown seats, So, but yeah, and I painted the buckets gray. Wish I had a little bit darker gray now to look at it, but it's okay. It's all good. I say that, now I'm looking at it, I might actually go darker gray. Darn it. Oh well. It is what it is, it's done. But I put the little seat belts that come with the kit in, so they're not just flapping around. Actually, they were attached behind the heads, you know, in the back of the seats. So I removed them and actually attached them to the back of the seats here. They actually will help hold, even though the Minions are in there, they're not going anywhere. I don't think they're gonna go there. Yeah. But I have them glued intact at the base and the neck or the back of the head, so they may wobble a little bit, but they're not going to go anywhere. And the seat, like I said, the seat belts are just attached back here with little screws. So there's a stick for this one too, I thought, but I can't seem to find it. So hopefully I find it. If not, no big deal, you know, because this one had one, and I could have swore the other one had broke off, like the base had broke off too, and it was somewhere. So I'll probably find it after the fact and add it later, but this is gonna go right here. And like I said, these two buckets and this dash will be inside that. So when I take it off, the Minions and the cockpits buckets come out with the cockpit or with the canopy. This part will stay in, so. But there you go. They look great when they're flying the yellow. You know, my last one anyways, they looked good in the actual, in the cockpit because of that blue. Perfect size. But anyway, that's about it. When I get back, I'll have a few days to kind of, I get back next Saturday, and I literally leave that Wednesday, fly out Wednesday afternoon, evening. So I'll have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday to do some things. Essentially, this one's easy. I mean, this one's a quick setup. The hardest part for this one is going to be the CG because it's just so big. I've been asking around for anybody that has one of these if they have the Zykoi CG machine profile that they would love to share. That way I could input and just balance it, CG at that point, makes life easier. I think I have the one for the F-22, but I also have a buddy's, you know, just like an old style balancer. Those, what do you call them? They used to sell them, Balancer Pros or whatever. You can slide the two pieces apart for wider or skinnier models, and it's just a simple put it on there at the CG, and it just teeters back and forth. So that's what I used last time for the F-22. I'll use that again for the F-22. I could use it. Technically, I could use it for the Viper jet. So if I can't get the pucks, I mean, you know, I guess I could do my own measurements, but I guess I'm kind of lazy with that. But anyway, so still planning to get this flown at Kentucky. Same for the F-22. I've had I've had one of those before, so you know, I kind of know most of the settings as far as like center points of control or neutrals for control, so it shouldn't be too crazy. And I know the CG, so that one's an easy one. It's just that one takes a little bit longer to set up the radio, and it's kind of a harder jet to balance because of the tail mounts. You typically have to put a lot more stuff in the nose, and there's not much room. And last time I was able to, you know, I kept moving the CG back to see how far we could go, and I ended up getting rid of the bag of weights that I actually had in the nose, which should be, I thought I brought it out here. I gotta get organized someday. Anyways, it was just a little bag of BBs. That's a great thing to use for your CG, is just take some BBs and then you start pouring them into a bag until you get what you need. And then if you want, you can throw some glue in the bag, and it you know, and you can basically, or just pour them in the nose with some glue, and it'll shape to whatever, you know, it'll conform to whatever shape that you pour them into. And they're, you know, obviously heavy, so make for great weights. Yeah, so I'm gonna shut up now, and I'm gonna go outside and enjoy the pool and hang with my wife for a few hours, do some grilling, and then come in and pack and get ready to go for tomorrow morning. So, but you guys take it easy. Again, if anybody's got the profile for this thing, with the Zykoi CG machine, hook a brother up. You know, I've had a few of those Zykoi CG machines, and I keep selling them because I don't use them. But you know, these jets are perfect for it. And now I've got a place that I can kind of do it right. So I guess I could just, you know, put them on the floor, put tape on the floor, and just make all the measurements right on the floor and stuff. So, but you guys have a good one. And if anybody's in the Seattle area, I'll be down at JBLM next week for work. Hit me up. Cheers.